Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to this session doing some 1800 to 1900 on chesstempo.com. It's been a little bit, maybe like 2 days, 3 days since I recorded anything just because it's having some problems with my computer. Bishop f6, pawn f6. Bishop f6, bishop f6, rook d6. If bishop takes e5, rook takes d8, rook takes d8, pawn takes. I'm up a piece. Bishop takes if pawn takes, rook h6. Rook h6, king g8, bishop h7, king g7. How do I finish? How do I finish there? Rook takes, pawn takes, rook h. Now king g7, rook h7 seems to simplify my task a little bit. It's just king g8, then queen h5. So bishop takes, pawn takes, rook check, king g7. And maybe I should just swing my queen over to h5 with the idea of rook h8 check, king g7, queen h6 mates, as well as the idea of the immediate queen g4 mate. Any way for him to defend? Bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes check. King g7, queen h5, same idea. So basically after any second move, it's queen h5. Okay, this makes my task a little bit easier. Rook h6 not working in this position, no. So rook d6, bishop d6, rook d8. It is working. Ah, this is how it's working. Wait, but so okay, so if he takes, this is why it's an 1800 to 1900 problem, because even though there's a clearly winning line, no, it's not this, it's this, huh? Queen e4, and just, you can't stop the mate. Wow. Queen e4. Okay, so rook h8. Rook h4 is also an idea. Rook h4. No, it's not that great. Rook h4, king f6, rook takes h4, rook takes g4, bishop g8. And I'm gonna win g4 anyways. Any way to distract the bishop. Rook h8, king g6. And I don't see anything better than promotion. Then it's just a draw. Promotes tonight. Promotes tonight, threatening rook h6 check. After any move that's not rook h8, rook g6, king g6 just seems to hold material, you know? So it's either rook h4 or rook h8, but rook h4 fails to king g6, pawn, king f6, or I'm sorry, rook h4, bishop g8, rook check, king f6. Coffee. I saved it with my left hand. Yeah, I don't see anything better than just going for the draw. So here d6, rook g7, d7. Yeah. Max Yu, Alexander Alekhine. Max Yu with the white pieces. Rook check, king h7. Queen takes c6, queen f8, queen b7. Very close to winning. I also play the much more humble queen takes h6. Right, like rook f8, king h7, queen h6, rook h6, king h6, king takes a8, but then rook takes b6. And I actually think I'm losing in that position. That outside pass pawn is going to become very powerful. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah, rook f8, king h7, queen c6. Queen b4. Queen b4, queen a1, king h2. Now, rook f8, king h7, queen c6, queen f8. And now I have the choice between queen d5 and queen b7. Queen b7 is the more obvious choice, but maybe queen d5 is even better because of the idea of e4 check. Yeah, I like queen takes d5 even more. Rook f1, queen takes d4 check, that's the problem. So king h2 seems to be the move. b7 now, and I'm gonna queen. b8 queens. Yep. Najdorf with the white pieces. Yeah, queen, and it's just a queen. He can't stop me. I'm not getting this is, there it is. There it is. Now I'm getting it. Oh, some tasty variations here with rook takes g1. Got some really nice ideas with that. Let's see if I can make it work. Currently has no checks, which is interesting. Excuse me. Oh, man. Just constant yawning. I don't know. It's Queen c1. How about we start with that? Queen c1. Yeah, I think that's the move. There we go. Queen c1. And let's say queen e3. Queen f2. Now if king h3, that's the knight. And if king h2, that's the queen. If king h1, queen c1, queen e3, queen f1, king h1, queen h3 mates. So if king h1 mates, if king h2, you lose the queen, and if king h3, you lose the knight. Oh wait, you don't have h3. You don't have h3. My queen's on f1. So h1 is mate and h2 is the queen. And that's actually the only way to save the piece. So he has to move the piece. All right, so let's say he goes f3. Then I have queen h1 check, king f2, knight g4 mate. Yeah. No checks, no alternate moves. This should suffice. Queen f1, and then this is check. Oh wait, no it's not. The rook is there. Shit. Okay, well I'll just take it. Yeah. It worked! Whoops. Uh, that's funny. That's funny. Usually things aren't funny if you have to say that's funny, but I think this is one of those times where it was kind of funny. Queen c8, queen d8, rook takes e7, king takes e7, queen e6 check, king f8, queen f7 mate. Queen c8, that's actually the only variation. Are you kidding me? An 1800, 1900 problem with only one variation? Seems a bit much. Queen c8. Rook e7. If king f8, queen takes d8 is mates. And if king takes e7, it's just mate in 2. Weird problem. Very weird. Rook takes would win a lot of material, but is there a better way to finish? Queen h7, bishop h7, knight g8. No, he's just losing too much material. Now, rook g6, bishop d8. Rook g6, bishop d8. Rook g7, queen g7. Knight g7, bishop h4. Equality. What about instead rook g8, rook g6, bishop d8, queen h6. Queen takes h6, rook g8, mate. Queen takes f6, rook takes f6. Rook g6, bishop d8, queen h6. Queen g7, rook g7. So now rook g8, and you still have to give up the queen. Is there a more direct mate here? No. Alright, good one. Yeah, that's not a bad problem. I think it's a little bit simple though. Like it wasn't, oh no, it wasn't very tasty, you know. Knight check, king e7, king e1, I mean. Pawn takes, knight takes. Forced. Do I have any ideas there? Do I have any other places the knight can go? Knight check. King e1. And there's a lot of material lined up on the e-file here. But I don't see any way to use it immediately. Bishop e2, king e2. Pawn g4. Threatening knight g4. And there's also like rook e8 coming in. That's a lot of material to come in. There should be some serious material wins there. What about just knight check, king e1, knight takes f2, king takes f2, and then rook e8? He needs to stop queen e3, queen e3, king f1, bishop takes e2, mate. Will be mate. So knight check, king e, knight takes f2, king takes f2, queen e7, or I'm sorry, rook e8. Now if e4, I can just take that. His knight has no way to defend e3. He has no check. His queen can't defend e3. Yeah. Okay, this is something that I did consider, but it's nothing. It's king takes h7, queen c2 check, king g7. Super easy. There's no... Yeah, that's not a real defense. You know what I mean? How long has this session gone? Let's call this for the last problem. I'm trying to slowly move my sessions down to say like 20 minutes or so. Black to move. F2. King e2. There's no way to fork him. How can I not get a fork in here? There should be a fork somewhere. I know it. Okay, f2, king e2, knight takes, check. Bishop takes, king f2, king c4, king e3, king a4, king d2, draw. Knight g3, king e3, knight e2, king f3. What about going the other way? f2, f2, king e2, king c4, king takes f2, king takes b4, king e2. I'm not persuaded. Knight h4, holding the pawn and sort of passing. Now that could be an idea. Knight h4, bishop c3. knight g2. With the idea of f2, f1 queens. Wait, there is a fork. There is a fork. f2, king e2, knight e3. If king takes f1 queens. If king takes f2, knight d1. There is a fork. Okay, that took me forever to see. I knew there was. I knew there was a fork. I knew it. Gotcha, motherfucker. Alright. Oh, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed that session. I hope you learned as much as I did. And until the next time, guys and gals, good luck with your chess journey. Bye-bye.